welcome to Homestead Corner. I'm Jenny, and today we're going to put together just an affordable budget first aid kit. So we are always picking up first aid supplies to replenish our first aid kits. And some first aid kits, when you purchase them, I'll put together. They're not all that inclusive. It doesn't have all the things you need. You may have to add things to it, and they can be quite pricey. But if we've got all this stuff kicking around, we can make our own first aid kits really simple and easy just by putting everything together. So this is almost all of this stuff came from Dollar Tree or Dollar General. So we have just things that we have in our first aid supplies. We keep totes of first aid supplies available. So we have them. We can keep our first aid kits stocked up all the time. And this is just a little toolbox that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, and I just made a sticker with my Cricut that says first aid. You don't have to put a sticker on it. You can write on it. You can do it any way you want. But this just little cheap $1.25, just a little teeny toolbox. And I thought this was just a perfect size for a first aid kit because you're going to be able to fit everything you need in here. So today I thought I would just go through basics that you definitely want to have in there, how I put a first aid kit together so you can see what you have and how you can put it all together and make it work for you. When an emergency happens, it'll be all there. You can just grab it and you've got everything together. So the first thing I like to make sure we have is gauze pads and tape. For those bigger wounds, we want to make sure we've got those. And these wound care kits, I just love these. I'm going to take stuff out of the boxes because there is no way I'll fit it all in here in the boxes because it is quite small and it just takes up way too much space. So in this little kit, you get a bunch of different non-stick gauze pads, which are great. You get some 4-inch, some 3x4s, and some 2x3s. So we're just going to take all of these and put them right in our little box here. And then it also comes with 2 rolls of gauze, which is great. And it comes with tape. Oh, and there's some more little patches. We'll throw those right in too. You want to have as much as you can in there, but not overdo it. You want to make sure you have room for everything. So whether you're putting this in a bag or one of these little toolboxes, taking it out of the boxes is going to save you a ton of space, and you're going to be able to get more in there. And you can put, if you put $20 worth of stuff in there, it's going to be way more than you can get a $20 kit for. Way more stuff. So I've got 2 rolls of gauze that came in here. We're going to stick those right in there, and the roll of tape that comes with that as well. So if you have those all separate, you can just take 3 or 4 of each and just stick them in there so you've got them. And then I like to add Band-Aids to mine as well. Different kinds of Band-Aids. I use these 2x4s a lot, and then we have some standard Band-Aids and the fingertip and knuckle. So we like to have, you know, just an assortment of Band-Aids. As many as you want. You could do 3 or 4 of each, or you could do all of them if you want to. Whatever fits in there. So I've got my fingertip and knuckle Band-Aids. And I like the flexible fabric ones. I think they stick a little bit better than the plastic. But use what you have, definitely. So I'm just going to take about half of the, not quite half, I don't know, the 10 Band-Aids. When we'll put those in there, and then we'll take some of these fingertip bandages. We'll put 4 or 5 of those in there, and then some of the knuckle bandages. We'll take 4 or 5 of those. So if you have packages of Band-Aids, they're going to make more than one kit. This would make a great gift as well, just from the supplies that you have, which is always wonderful to use what you have. You can keep it rotated. You can help other people with it. All kinds of stuff you can do. And we're just going to take 4 or 5 of these big 2x4 Band-Aids. And that way we've got all our Band-Aids together. And you could put them back into one of the boxes to keep them all together. You could use little plastic bags. We use craft bags sometimes, but I'm just gonna put these in. I guess I'm gonna fill this box right up. That way it's stuffed full of Band-Aids and it's not wasting any space in there. So I'm gonna add some more of the fingertip and knuckles, and a few more of my regular Band-Aids, and a couple more of these big 2x4s. And that way we've got as many as we can fit in this box. So just fill it right up, and you can close the box, and you've got, this is just full of Band-Aids. So we're gonna stick that right in there as well. And then I like to put in the liquid skin. These are awesome from the Dollar Tree. Walmart carries them, but they are $4 or $5 for this little teeny tube. And it's basically just a super glue. You can cover up those small scrapes and stuff like that just to keep it clean. We're gonna throw that right in there as well. And then I have some alcohol prep pads. We pick these up at the Dollar Tree as well. They're just by Curad. I think you get 100 in here. But you could just take a little bunch of them and stick them right in there. You want to make sure you can find everything. If you've got the little sandwich bags, snack bags, anything like that, you could organize everything into those to make it easier for yourself. Or you can just toss it in and have it flying all over the place. It's whatever works for you, definitely. All right, so we've got those in there. And then I picked these up at the Dollar Tree as well. They're antibacterial wet wipes, which are great. So we're gonna add a couple of those. Let's see, we'll put 5 of those in there. And because that way you can wash your hands before you start digging around in there. That would be great, because I have grabbed the first aid kit, had my hands in mess. When I dug in, I made a mess in there. So having those close to the top would be handy, so you could just grab those and wipe up real quick and before you start digging around. And I also like to add hand sanitizer. These are just little individual packages. They're good for about 2 sets of hands, really. You could use it twice if you save it, but these are great to have in there as well. So I'm just going to throw about 5 of those in there also. So we've got some hand sanitizer, some wet wipes, some alcohol wipes, bandages, gauze, tape, all that is already in there. And we can just set that stuff aside, and then we'll have it to refill our kit, or we can make more than one kit so you have them wherever you need them. And then I've got these single-use eye drops. I think these were from Dollar General. I'm not sure. Everything is kind of mixed together. And you could take that out of the package. And then, I mean, this is way smaller than this box. I'm going to put the whole package in there because there's 5 of them, and that's perfect. So we like to have 4, 5, 6 of each item in there, just so if something's wrong with one of them, we've got another one. If we need more than one, couple people get injured. And then I've got just a pack of clear vinyl gloves. This is a 10-pack. I'm going to leave them in here because I want to make sure these stay super clean. I don't want to be digging around in there with my hands, and I don't really want them floating around in my first aid kit. So we're going to put the whole pack right in there. And I am going to just crack it open and make sure all the air's out of it so it takes up as little space as possible. And I just push it all down and reseal it. But I don't want to get my hands in there and get it yucky or anything like that. So then I'll just take this and put it right into my little kit. So we're getting quite the little kit in here. And then, let's see, I like to have a little bit of pain reliever. So I grab these, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, they both carry them. And there's 2 packages of each, or 3 packages in here. So you've got 6 of your little Advil. I'm going to take 2 of the Advil packs and add those. And I'm going to take 2 of the Tylenol packs and add those as well. And there are 3 packages in here also. So we've got Tylenol and Advil for depending on what we need it for. I like Advil a little bit better for fevers. But they both will work for fevers and stuff like that. And then I'm going to add one of these. It's like an ace bandage. This one is stretchy and it sticks to itself, which is wonderful. It's like a vet wrap, same exact thing, but it's for people. They sell these at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. I love these. No clips, no worrying. You just wrap it up. It's going to help stabilize it, help cover wounds, whatever you need it for. We're going to stick one of those right in there as well. And then I've got a few more things that I like to add. I have just a little tube of lip balm. I think that is great for all sorts of stuff. Not only for your lips, it's great to cover chapped things. It's good for all kinds of stuff. Having it in there can be super handy. Not a necessity, but I like it in the first aid kit so I can find it when I need it. And then I've got some anti-itch cream. And this is, I can't remember where this is from, Sheffield, well, Dollar Tree or Dollar General, one of them. When you take that out of the box, it is a lot smaller. And this can help if you get into that poison ivy, anything like that, and you're getting an allergic reaction. This is really going to help calm those flares down and all that stuff. So we've got that in there. And then a while ago, I haven't seen these for a while, but I picked these up at Dollar Tree. And they are the pain patches, like the big ones. You could put the big ones in here, but this has a ton of little patches in here as well. So I thought these would be great for the first aid kit. You could double these up, use 2 or 3 of them over a sore muscle, something like that. These are wonderful when you've got a pulled muscle, achy back, any of that stuff, your joints, knees, feet, hands, everything. These are great for pain. I love those. Really inexpensive and super good to have. And then, let's see, a tube of triple antibiotic cream. Whatever kind you have, you can put your homemade kind. You can use a store-bought one, whatever kind you want. I think this is a Dollar Tree one. And we're just going to take this and toss that right in there as well. So you can see this is getting nice and full. And this is a lot more than you're going to get in a $20 kit or even a $30 kit probably. They're not going to think of all those little teeny things a lot of times. And you have saved a ton of money. And I actually have enough over here. If I want to make a second kit, I have plenty for what I've spent. And then I love this stuff. I know I have talked about it before in a lot of my stock up videos, but it's just the spray peroxide. These bottles are perfect size for your first aid kit. A little smaller would be a little better, but this is great. It's not the big, huge one. You can refill this from your huge one, and you don't waste it with that spray top. I love the spray top because it saves a bunch of it, and you're not wasting it all over the place. So let's see if we can finagle this in here, because this is going to be pretty packed, but we're going to have everything we need in here. So I'm going to put my peroxide right in here. We've got the alcohol pads. Now we've got peroxide. So we can get things cleaned up before we bandage them. And then I picked this up at Walmart. This is something we like to keep on hand. It's called Blood Stop. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it at all kinds of places. A lot of hiking and camping stores carry it. It's great to have. It's just a powder. So if you get a big gash and you can't get it to stop bleeding, you can put this powder on it. So this is really good for those bigger cuts and gashes and stuff like that. In a pinch, I would definitely use flour. I have done that before, but this is going to be a little bit cleaner, not have to worry about germs, anything like that, like you may have to worry about flour. Whereas, you know, if there's a little bit of germs in your flour, it's not really a big deal because you're going to cook it and kill it anyway. But the Blood Stop is nice, so you know it's clean. You don't have to worry about that at all. And then I keep a few of these irrigation tubes. It's like a syringe. I've got a small one and a big one in here. And these, you can get these at Tractor Supply. I have the little teeny one. My uncle had diabetes and he had to take shots, and it was just one of his extra things. I just removed the needle, but it was never used. And we just put that in. This is just a little teeny one. If you have, you know, eye issues, anything like that, This one is much larger. These are at Tractor Supply. I think they're right around $1, $1.25, maybe $1.50. But these are great if you have animals. We always kept them for their medicine, but they're also great if you got to irrigate a wound. And it's got a little cover on it, and you just pull that off, and it is ready to go. So I keep these in a plastic bag so they don't get all yucky when you're digging through everything. I just like to make sure it's going to stay nice and clean. Don't forget, small pair of scissors and tweezers will definitely be handy in your first aid kit. And then a thermometer. I like to keep a thermometer in there. If you have a small regular small, like a rectal thermometer, the old mercury ones, I really like those because they're small, easy, and you can keep it right in there. This is the only one I could find this morning because, you know, I'm not perfect on organization. I'm quite unorganized at some things. But this one was handy this morning, so I grabbed this one. This will also, you can put your thermometer right in there. So you can adjust to the size of container that you have and make sure that your stuff is going to fit in there. Add things, remove things, whatever you need to do. If you have a tourniquet, I would definitely add that in there. That is definitely helpful. If you do not have a tourniquet, you can cut the bottom of your t-shirt off in an emergency. You can cut a piece of pant leg, whatever. You just want to get that tied to help stop that bleeding and slow it down. So that's it. Putting a first aid kit together does not have to be difficult. Use what you have. And if you feel like something's missing, just get that item. And because a lot of times when you buy a first aid kit offline or from the store, there's always something missing out of there, it seems, that you'd like to have in there. So adding a tourniquet is wonderful. Making sure you've got some, you know, quick, easy pain relief, over-the-counter pain relievers, all your stuff to be sterile, clean, gloves, bandages, all that. Got it all together in one little kit, and you are ready to go. And that's it. Just grab up a container, put yourself together a first aid kit. It is so much cheaper to do it yourself. And most likely, if you've been prepping for 5 minutes or so, you have got a decent supply of first aid supplies already in your home. Just getting them together and having them ready for those emergencies. You can throw this in the car, throw this under the sink, put it wherever you want to put it in your bag. I like smaller ones for my go bags, but this is a very inclusive little kit. It didn't cost hardly anything to put together, and most of the packages that I opened have more than half of them left, so I can refill this numerous times or make numerous kits with it. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!